Hi, in this video we will go through some data management of your models using, of course, DiRoots plugins to see how you can utilize the power of these tools in combination. And the workflow will be to manipulate the views, create parameters, assign values or modify the data inside the parameters of specific categories, and then colorize the elements, generate the legend, and then place a legend on a sheet. So how we will do that? I will start first with one plugin. Let me just open the 3D view. And View Manager is a part of the Xigen. It's actually this button here. So you need to install the Xigen to get access to this command. What you can do is you can filter which views you want to see. For example, let's suppose that we now deal only with 3D views. Okay. And what you can do, you can pick some parameters from here, but I was already doing something. So I will pull the profile and you see detail level, scope box, view scale, view template, and visual style. And maybe we are missing a bit more, let's say, discipline. Let's say that we are interested in discipline. So what you can do, notice that you can use drag and drop functionality even to sort. How do you want to see these parameters? So let's see discipline we want to see first. And if I click OK, you will see that these views are mechanical. Of course, you can change the discipline of the views. Everything here is editable, so it's up to you to decide how you want to see the data. Control A to select all 3D views, right? And all shaded views will be hidden line views. And let's suppose that all views will be 1/100 scale. Okay. And let's suppose that all views will be fine level of detail. Control A, click, fine. And what we can do now, we can apply these modifications to the model. So View Manager will go through your model, and actually it was very quick, it already opened them. It applied changes. Now what we can do, we can click Open View. Okay, let's open all views, and it will warn me there is more than 10 views. It can influence performances. Are you sure that you want to open this number of views? I'm sure. Okay. Okay, the views are open, and we can close now View Manager. Now, the next step would be to generate some parameters. How we can do that? We can go to Paramanager. Okay, so in my system shortcut is DPM, 3-button shortcut, because DiRoots Paramanager is the easiest one to remember. So I will create just one parameter, but you see how easy it is actually to create multiple parameters, but the workflow is the same. So I will give it a name of class. Let's say that's one parameter that we want to create. It's a text type parameter, and it will be listed under text, right? Or maybe let's put some abbreviation, dr class. Okay. It's a shared parameter. So the next step that we need to do is go to categories, and one small tip. You can sort by status. Red color means that parameter purely exists now in Paramanager, but if you click apply, it will become green and it will be shown in the model, like it will be applied to the model. But there is also one more thing. In case you create a lot of parameters, you can hide existing parameters, so you see only the R1. And we can click this button to apply to air terminals, then duct fittings, and ducts. Okay, let's suppose that these three categories we want to have. I click apply and I see air terminals, duct fittings, and ducts. Okay, what we can do, we can apply to the model. Let's inspect. Let's select one duct. If I select duct, I will see now DR class. Okay, now what we can do, we can open SheetLink. Once we have a parameter here, SheetLink allows you to collect the data from the model very precisely, export to Excel, edit directly in SheetLink, or export to Google Drive, better to say Google Sheets, so you can apply data to parameters and then update the model. So if I go to SheetLink, for my side, as you see, DSL is a shortcut, DiRoots SheetLink, it's an acronym, small. Okay, we are picking the air terminals. We are on model categories. Notice that we have nicely separate, like groups of related commands or way we filter things. Sorry, ducts. And we set duct fittings, right? So let's pick a couple of things. Family and type is the thing that we are interested. System classification, we are interested. Let's suppose that we are interested in level, and we are interested in reference level. So what we can do, you see the nice tooltips that tells you like what kind of type of parameter is it a shared type and so on. But notice that I can do drag and drop. I can drag and drop, and of course I can organize my parameters. So I will for now just do like this, okay? I can clear my selections, searches, and you will see that I can now decide, do I want to export to Google or the Excel? For now, let's export to Excel, keep things locally. You can give some name, decide where you want to save, and wait a second. Okay, so SheetLink collected all the information, but what's the important thing here? That we forgot to include one more parameter that is called DR class, right? We just created, but reason is why I intentionally didn't add it is to show you that you can actually update the Excel file itself. So if I click export to Excel now, and I select the previously exported file, you see that I now got asked, select another speed, overwrite existing spreadsheet. I will click overwrite, and you will see that now new parameter populated in this Excel table. Now, I will do on one small sample just to show you what I will do, because I don't want you to sit down and watch me manipulating data in Excel. But the simple approach I will do, for example, let's suppose we are on duct fittings and we want to classify by system classification and the level. Let's suppose that we have very specific reason to do that. So we can apply some Excel formulas or concatenate values, but for now, I will use very straightforward, very manual, very unproductive approach in which I will tell SA for supply air, and I know it's level 2. I will put dash L2. Okay, so in this way, we combined in one parameter supply air level 2. Okay, so system classification level 2. And just to show you that we can do something like this, because SheetLink template automatically exposes you these ways to filter, search, sort, and so on. I will do, for example, for now, supply air. Okay, so I get only supply air elements, and I want to here see only level 1 as an example. So we start from level 1 and we move to the level 3. So how do we do that? SAL1. L1, and then I will double click and you got these values. Okay, so I will pause the video now because I will do for all 3 categories is exactly same workflow, and yeah, that's more or less it. So see you in few seconds. Bye. So once data is finalized, you see supply air level 1, SAL1, and so on, SAL2, you can see. So what we can do, we can go back to SheetLink and we can use import functionality. And then you can decide you want to import from Excel straight into the model, or you want to preview import before you update the model. This time I will just import from Excel and I will say this file. And that's more or less it. We will wait a second. SheetLink will tell us when it's completed. Okay, model updated successfully. So how do we see the data? Now comes the part of OneFilter. Actually, we can see in SheetLink. Let me just open SheetLink. And let's say, for example, for ducts, we want to see, I don't know, again, family and type, and we want to see the R class parameters. So what we can do, we can call preview edit. So it will open the special editor in SheetLink in which we can see the information. For example, this family and type is declared as a SLAA. and so on. We can scroll down to see different values, and this is it. Okay, so what we will do now, we will go to default 3D view. Okay, we see a lot of mechanical categories here shown in a model. And let's open OneFilter. OneFilter will help you. DOF is my shortcut, but it's a model checker tool. It allows you to find things in the model, see what's inside, filter things, and so on. So this time, what we will do, for example, let's find all air terminals, and let's find all ducts and all duct fittings as an example. Okay, let's find all of these elements that have something inside DR class parameter that contains a word L, sorry, a letter L. Okay, so we will see that not all parameters are declared, like you see the change in values here. And what we can do, we can directly go and send data to be visualized from here. Okay, so if you click visualize, we will transfer all the filtered elements to the visualize tab. And then you see that OneFilter automatically, it's not in any of these modes. It purely in memory holds all of this information that we filtered. And let's see that we want to type something like a DR class to find all elements that have values inside these parameters. Okay. So what we can do now, we can save these colors, or let's even do something like this. Let's randomize colors. I like a bit more these colors maybe, or let's even do a couple of more random generations. And let's see that we are satisfied with, as an example, these colors. Okay. For me, this color maybe is too strong. So what we can do, we can manually change the colors. So let's colorize highlighted elements. Okay. And let's, it's this color. I just don't want it to be so, let's give me 1 second. Colorize highlighted elements. And then we can find this purplish color. And let's make it a less intrusive, like visually speaking. Okay, let's pick this color. Maybe it's not too strong like previous one. But the most important part, okay, we have two very similar colors, so let's pick another one to make a demonstration. Let's go with something like a bit stronger version of this. Doesn't matter at the end of the day, we want to demonstrate what we can do. So one thing we can do, we can save as filter, and we can call it, for example, AR. We can call it DR class. Okay, because that's the thing that we filter. That's the parameter that we are filtering, and we store the color. So next time we open this model, okay, we will have access to this. So we'll not need to filter again, then send to visualize tab, pick the parameter. OneFilter will do everything for you. It will just ask you to, let's pick from the profile category. Okay. So the next step would be to decide, do we want to colorize just one view, or we want to colorize and apply colors to views, to multiple views. At this stage, apply colors applies colors only to this view, but what else we can do? We can apply to multiple views. Okay, you remember in the beginning that we pre-configure some things for 3D views. So let's click apply to views. Let's select all 3D views. Let's click Control A. Oh, sorry, you can just click here. Okay, and we selected now all views. Let's click apply colors, and let's see. Let's see OneFilter in action. It's actually colorizing the elements. Okay, in all 3D views found in the model that we selected, and it should be relatively fast. And while it's doing, next our step will be to generate the color legend. So actually, when we put the 3D view on sheet, it makes sense, like what color represents. We will place a legend also to give a context to data. And now you see the power of OneFilter. What we just did, it's we filter the elements, we send them to be visualized, or we can directly go to visualize tab, and we apply colors per parameter values. That its own gives, in our opinion, the context to data, and it's very easy to spot the issues or things like that. Now, you see one thing. You don't see edges of the geometry. And I intentionally did this just to prove you and show you that OneFilter is actually very, very capable, and especially this Visualize tab, it holds one setting that I believe is turned off by default. But if you go to Preferences, you check Visualize Edges, you can apply, okay? And then we can apply to views. So we can again apply these edges also to all 3D views. 1 second, apply, and let's wait it to process. Now you will see difference. You see difference how OneFilter is now able to show you the edges also of geometry and colorize the inside faces. So our next step, as I said, is let's create a legend, and let's see how we can create a legend. Okay. Okay. So there are other ways. Then it's a very simple. You give a legend name. Let's call dr class dash legend. Okay. And if you do this, you will get a very simplified version of legend. But if you want to itemize instances like in Revit, you can do something like this. Click itemize instances, and you see these columns here. Well, you see columns here. Okay. Let's suppose that we don't care about category. We care about family name. We don't care about count. We care about family name, type name, and the parameter value. And of course, color, right? So let's do that. Let's create a legend. It will take a couple of seconds. It should be very quick. Okay. That's done. Now we can close OneFilter, and we can go to legends, and let's see dr class legend. And you see, the best part is that you can decide which columns you want. Colors will stay like this. So you see repetition. For example, this color is assigned to multiple families because they have same parameter value. But if you don't want to do that, let's open OneFilter again, because we itemized every color instance. Okay. So what we can do, we can go to Visualize tab. We can open dr class profile. You see our colors are restored, especially this manually assigned color. Then we can create a legend in which we will not itemize instances. So dr class legend 2. Let's create a legend 2. And this one should be very much faster. Let's close the OneFilter, and let's see how this second legend looks. So now you see everything with this color, it has a parameter value for parameter dr class that is called EAL1 and L2 and so on. So what you can do, you can now, sorry, not schedules, we can go to sheets, new sheet. Let's pick a zero metric. We can take this 3D view. Let's go to browser organization all. Let's go to 3D views. Let's place a 3D view on the sheet. That's fine. And we can place a legend. Okay. Where is our legend? Let's pick the second legend. Maybe it's more, maybe it's smaller, or we can pick and place both legends. So this one will also be placed. And you have something interesting now. Okay. What we can do now to make things a bit more straightforward and interesting, let's go to the Xigen. Okay, let's first arrange this template. Let's put this legend here. Let's suppose that we like this way. Okay, And we can do something like this. We go to Xigen. What is the name of our sheet? Let's see. Our sheet is named A100. Okay. So we can create 3 new sheets based on A103. Okay. Keep schedules. That's fine. Keep legends. Sorry, keep legends. That's what we're interested. Create. Okay. We can give them name in many different ways. Like let's use this convention for now, like A103 dash 01. We can export to Excel also, but let's do some manual work here. And we can go to view list. Let's not use the existing sheet, so we can see only new ones that will be created. And we can go something like this. We can go to select, okay? And we can pick only 3D views, but we can see also all other views. Sorry, we can pick any view, but by default it shows it's 3D view because it understands that in a template page it's only 3D views. So what we do, let's pick now something interesting. Let's put 3D equipment. Let's select now 3D plumbing. And the best part is, how do you place the same view? It will be duplicate, of course, when we execute, but you can drag and drop. So if you want to place same view 2 times, of course, by Revit's nature, it needs to be duplicated because there is a limitation that same view you cannot put multiple times in a sheet, especially this 3D view category. So let's do something like this. Apply to the model. Wait a second. And let's open all 3 sheets. So we see 3D view and the legends. We see again 3D view and the legends. This one was duplicated. You remember the last two. And this one is other 3D view. And it looks something like this. And that's how easy it is. So we went from the workflow of managing views, creating parameters, assigning parameter values or pure data management in Revit. Then we find the filter elements in the model, apply the colors, create the legends, placed on the sheets, and then that's a small workflow, and you see how fast and flexible it is. And again, this is just a scratching surface of the power of our free Revit plugins. You see there is so many other workflows that you can apply, but this one is like one that I wanted to show you for today. Thank you. Enjoy your week. Hope you find our tools useful in your production and day-to-day work. And we hope they will save you time so you can do some things with them smart. And show us your workflows. Why not? So we can record and all community can see. Thank you. It was my pleasure to show you this workflow.